dais, faculty, staff, and my dear participants. Today, we all gathered here to celebrate the Engineers Day in the remembrance of birth anniversary of Dr. M. Vishweshwaraya sir, world-renowned, ever first Indian civil engineer, recipient of several prestigious recognitions, including awards like Bharat Ratna. I request all to raise at their place for GTU song.
समुचित ज्ञान समन्वय GTU समुचित ज्ञान समन्वय जन कल्याण का अडिग हिमालय गुजरात तकनीकी विश्वविद्यालय GTU समुचित ज्ञान समन्वय GTU समुचित ज्ञान समन्वय इनोवेशन की मशाल उठाए ज्ञान को चारों ओर फैलाए विश्वकर्मा की कृपा को पाकर विश्व फलक पर शान बढ़ाए नवीनता की खुशबू से जो भारत का कण कण महकाए ज्ञान पिपासु शिष्य वृंद की तपो साधना सफल बनाए GTU समुचित ज्ञान समन्वय GTU समुचित ज्ञान समन्वय अनुभवी शिक्षक कौशल बढ़ाएं हर हित का ही पाठ पढ़ाएं अनुसंधान और ज्ञान का संगम भावी पीढ़ी उज्जवल बनाए आत्मनिर्भर युवा बने और शिक्षित विकसित राष्ट्र कहाए गौरव माता पिता का बढ़ाए हर मन में विश्वास जगाए GTU समुचित ज्ञान समन्वय GTU समुचित ज्ञान समन्वय विकास का यही क्रम दोहराए GTU को सर्वश्रेष्ठ बनाए हासिल करके उच्च सफलता शिक्षा जगत में क्रांति लाए सिद्धपुर सोमनाथ सूरत से कच्छ तलक फैला ज्ञानालय अपार संजोए संभावना गुजरात तकनीकी विश्वविद्यालय GTU समुचित ज्ञान समन्वय GTU समुचित ज्ञान समन्वय जन कल्याण का अडिग हिमालय गुजरात तकनीकी विश्वविद्यालय GTU समुचित ज्ञान समन्वय GTU समुचित ज्ञान समन्वय जन गण मन
As a famous quote says, engineering is the professional art of applying science to the optimum conversion of natural resources to the benefit of human. Engineer may use the knowledge and techniques of any or all of these disciplines in solving engineering problems. Engineers operate at the interface between science and society. Engineers Day is celebrated across the India in so many ways. But today at GTU, we are celebrating engineers in different ways. Now, I request Dr. S.K. Hadia sir, Associate Professor in GTU Graduate School of Engineering and Technology and DIC in charge to address welcome speech to the gathering.
Dignitaries on the dais, invited guests, GTU Parivar and all participants. Good morning to all of you. I, Professor S.K. Hadia, behalf of Gujarat Technological University, welcome you all on the inaugural function of Engineers Day celebration event at GTU. First, I would like to welcome Honorable Professor Dr. Navin Seth sir, Vice Chancellor GTU and Chief Veteran. Really, sir is inspiration for all of us. Welcome, sir. I also welcome respected Dr. K.N. Kher sir, Registrar GTU. Due to his preoccupancy, he could not join with us, but he conveyed his blessings. I extend my welcome to Mr. Rudresh Vyas, Education Manager, Engineering Techniques. He is expert for today's webinar. He is associated with JISC GTU as a mentor of Inaugural Center. I welcome, sir. I cordially welcome Mr. Gaurav Harane, Senior Application Engineer at Engineering Techniques. He is also expert for today's webinar. I welcome, sir. I welcome Professor Wasim Qureshi and Professor Snehal Padalia from VGC Chandkheda. They have contributed as a jury member of e-poster competitions for today's function. Welcome, sirs. I also welcome Dr. S.D. Panchal, Director GSET, and Dr. Sanjay Chauhan, Director GIC. They always motivate and guide us. Welcome, sir. At last but not least, I would like to welcome all participants for today's webinar. Once again, I welcome you all. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Hadia sir, Dr. Hadia sir, for your welcome address. Now I request Dr. Sanjay Chauhan sir, Professor in GTU Graduate School of Pharmacy and Honorary Director of GTU Innovation Center.
Namaste, Suprabhatam. On the occasion of National Engineers Day, respected Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Navin Seth sir, Dr. Panchal sir, Director, Graduate School of Engineering Technology, respected Registrar sir Dr. K.N. Kher, and today's speaker, Mr. Rudresh Vyas and Mr. Gaurav Harane, and dear participants. I welcome to all of you on the celebration of National Engineers Day. And as we know, the role of engineer in building the nation is very important. We remember Sir Vishweshwarai ji on this birth anniversary and celebrating the National Engineers Day. Under the umbrella of GTU Innovation Council, there is a Design Innovation Center, promotes collaborative research and education institutes on design and innovations, which is also supported by and funded by Ministry of Human Resource and Development, Government of India. The discipline of design encourages students to develop innovative products and services through the curricular and extracurricular projects. And as we know, in the current era, there is a need of innovative driven economy. And in the innovative driven economy, there is an important role of engineers. As likely I want to mention, there is a global entrepreneurial index in which the India is a 68 rank in the index. And still we have to move further and we have to achieve the higher levels. In that there is a two things are mentioned. One is what is a weakness in the entrepreneur index and what is a strength in the entrepreneur index. So weakness, which is the acceptance of the technology, and the strength is the production of the technology. So I congratulate to all the engineers of the nations on this National Engineers Day that they have developed a technology and that can be accepted by the worldwide. So again we can move forward. At present the world is slow, but we are not in slow. So we have to show our potentials and achieve many more towards the innovative economy driven India. And all of us can move towards the formation of Atmanirbhar Bharat. So I congratulate and best wishes on the National Engineers Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for presenting your statistics of India in design engineering. Now I request Dr. S.D. Panchal, sir, Professor and Director of GTU Graduate School of Engineering and Technology, to address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Good morning to all. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Navin Sheth, sir, Registrar of the University Dr. K.N. Khair, sir, Honorable Director GIC Dr. Sanjay Chauhan, sir, Dr. Bhadia, Coordinator of the DIC, Professor Murdul Sheth, Professor Raj Haqqani, and today's experts, Dr. Gaurav Harare and Rudresh Vyas. First of all, I would like to congratulate for organizing such a wonderful event on the upcoming days to remember the contribution of Sri Vishwesvaraya. If you will look at, hello, I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah. So it is a day to remember the contribution of our ancient engineers. If we will see the history, there are so many ancient engineers are there where there are remarkable contributions they have in our ancient India. Specifically, if I will talk about the Vishwesvaraya, he was born in 1860 and died in 1962. So almost he lived for a 101 year on the earth. And during this time, he has achieved many things. Specifically, his contribution is remarkable in the dam construction. So first of all, the system of water closing by using the rotational gate was introduced and invented by the Vishwesvaraya. So it is a remarkable. Even today, it is a still we are using that technology on the dam site. So first dam he has constructed in Gwalior, Tigra Dam, Krishna Dam, Mysore. It is a remarkable, and still it is we are using that particular same technology in today's dam construction. So it shows that the dedication as well as the vision of the Vishwesvaraya ji. So he's also he is the also received the Indian highest honor Bharat Ratna in 1995. So by looking into his profile, really we are inspiring. So I request all the engineers to look at the such kind of so many engineers are there in our history. So just look at it, their contribution, and learn something from them. in today's Google era, always we are searching for a technology, and we are always having a English engineers in a page. So if you will search who is the inventor of the flight or plane, so obviously Google will answer the Wright brothers. But if you will study and read our ancient literature, then even in the 2015, one of the conference, Indian Science Congress in Mumbai, uh, Anand Bose was rightly said that uh, first plan was invented in India by Hindu Sikh Maharshi Bhardwaj around 7,000 years ago. So we have a remarkable history. But problem is what we are just looking at the Googles, and Google is always answering whatever the available on web. So that's why it is a very essential that we should have to also study our ancient book, and we should always have to inspire from them. So by this, my to all engineers, and specifically the DIC, Indian Innovation Council, for such a wonderful initiative, and also Mrudu Shades for initiating the poster competition specifically on the environment theme. So I hope that today's functions will be very well inspirational and will be very fruitful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Panchal, ST Panchal, sir, for your information and well wishes. Now, since due to some prior engagement in schedule of Dr. K.N. Kher, sir, Registrar of GTU, he was not able to join us in the webinar, but he has shared his warm wishes and blessings with us. Now, moving ahead with our program, I request Professor Dr. Naveen Sheth, Vice Chancellor of Gujarat Technological University. He took over as the Vice Chancellor of GTU on December 31, 2016. He is a renowned educationist and administrator. Professor Sheth started his academic career way back in 1979, and during the course of time emerged as a tireless academician and herbal scientist as well. I request Professor Dr. Naveen Sheth, sir, to address the gathering with blessings speech.
Namaskar, very good morning. Respected directors Sanjay Chauhan, Professor Hadia, Director Panchal, Professor Akani, the eminent speakers Rudresh Vyas and Gaurav Harane, other who joined virtually, all faculties and students. Greetings for the National Engineers Day. Professor S.D. Panchal giving the details that why we are celebrating the National Engineers Day on 15th September. That is in the memory of our engineer Mokshagundam Visvesvaraya, shortly known as MB. So actually, a person born in a very lower middle class family in a very small village in Karnataka, and he studied in Madras University, getting BA degree and later on engineering at Pune. But his contribution is too much. He's a real creator, a real father who built the nation. Actually, the various indigenous technique he used in the construction of dam, the gate for the dam, the Krishnaraj Sagar at Mysore. So the whole fountain system there in the Vrindavan garden near Krishnaraj Sagar, that is without any an external power. A gravitational force is used for the fountain, and still it is working. The Hyderabad city, it is every year it is affecting by the floods, and he was specially appointed to look into this problem and solve the problems of the floods in Hyderabad. The Visakhapatnam, it was affecting by the sea water and continuous erosion, and that very difficult problem given to them, and he solved the problem and erosion is prevented. Means there is lot of, presently we have lot of devices with us, lot of latest technology with us. So at that time, without all such devices and all such instrument, he used the treasure of our Indian knowledge system. So actually, there is Indian knowledge system. Every subject you will get, it is a treasure of the knowledge. Either it is a metallurgy, either it is a astrology, either it is a navigation, civil engineering, architecture. Everything is available. But unfortunately, our generation is not aware of all these things due to the number of reasons. No doubt, the new education policy placed the weightage on such Indian knowledge system. We are surprised that Germany, a very small country like Gujarat, having 14 universities, where Sanskrit is one of the subject, because they want to understand the Indian knowledge system, and for that they knew that we have to understand the Sanskrit, and that's why they are studying the Sanskrit. So on this day, all the engineers, my humble request, you go through, try to understand the Indian knowledge system. Definitely you will get the newer and newer things, new techniques, and there will be a new innovation. So on this day, the whole nation is celebrating the Engineers Day. GTU is every year celebrating this Engineers Day, and our number of affiliated colleges, they are also celebrating the Engineers Day. To celebrate this Engineers Day by a different way, this year we have the theme is sustainability, and a poster competition was arranged with a very short time. It is announced on 7th September, and with a 5 days, 460 participants participated, and I am glad to announce the result of the e-poster presentation. Very first, I congratulate all 460 participants. They have participated in this competition in this COVID-19 pandemic situation. So the third number is Shakina Ronakali Rampurwala. He is from Apollo Institute of Engineering, Ahmedabad. The second prize is Chahana Yogesh Mistry. He is the GITC Engineering College, Navshari. And the first prize goes to Oza Pranali Purnendubhai. She is from GTU GSET, Ahmedabad. So again, my heartily congratulations to all these three winners. Today, there is also a voucher distribution of about rupees 19 lakhs. 1,000 voucher is distributed. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Dr. Naveen Seth, GTU Vice Chancellor, for sharing the information and your blessings. Now, I request Mr. Raj Hakani, Assistant Professor, GTU Graduate School of Engineering and Technology, for present vote of thanks.
Thank you, Mridul sir. Warm and graceful morning to our most valuable Honorable Vice Chancellor sir, Dr. Naveen Seth sir, faculty of GSET, Director of GTU Innovation Council and Director of GSET GIC staff, dear faculty member and my dear students and everyone gathered here. It is my privilege to propose a vote of thanks speech and acknowledge the contribution to those who work really hard to make this event successful. So on the behalf of Design Innovation Center and Graduate School of Engineering and Technology of Gujarat Technological University, I extended and really heartily vote of thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor sir, who spared his valuable time from their busiest schedule to grace these occasions. Today we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, sir, and this will surely be going to encourage us in the future event. I thank to Honorable Registrar sir, Dr. K.N. Kher sir, to provide an opportunity to conduct this type of the event at the GTU platform. I thank to Dr. Sanjay Chauhan sir, Director GIC, and Dr. S.D. Panchal sir, Director of GSET, to provide their valuable guidance to conduct this event successfully. I thank to all the DIC and GSET staff for their valuable support to make this event success. And lastly, I thank to all the principal and the head of the department of GTU affiliated college and all the students who has joined this event. I thank you everyone. Thank you all. So now I request to all of you, please rise on your stage for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, sir. So now we are starting our webinar session. So I request to Mr. Rudresh Vyas, sir, who is Educationist Manager of Engineering Techniques, and he will talk on the role of engineers in the sustainability. So I request to Rudresh Vyas, sir. Please, over to you, sir.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So, first of all, thank you, Raj sir, GTU, Naveen Seth sir, for being present at this particular event, and Sanjay Chauhan sir and team, including Harshil especially. So here I just
wanted to start with the presentation. It is very much good that this year GTU is celebrating the sustainability topic, and I was very much surprised that the announcement of winners of the poster design is today launched. So congratulations to all the winners and also all the participants, those who are right now going through this presentation. Believe me, this is very much important topic for engineer. उसको अगर मैं एकदम सिंपल लैंग्वेज में बताऊं तो नॉर्मली हम सस्टेनेबिलिटी एनवायरनमेंट की बात होती है तो हम बोलते हैं कि एक ट्री प्लांट करना चाहिए. तो एक इंजीनियर को ट्री तो प्लांट करना ही चाहिए, बट उससे ज्यादा ये है कि उसको एक ये जो सस्टेनेबिलिटी इन इंजीनियरिंग है उस टॉपिक पे अगर वो काम करता है जेन्युइनली तो वो हजारों ट्रीज प्लांट करने के जैसा काम कर सकता है. तो वो आज हम देखेंगे दो पहलू में, दो पार्ट में. एक तो ये है कि सॉफ्टवेयर से डिजाइन के टाइम पे और उसके टाइम पे सिमुलेशन के टाइम पे किस तरह से इस टॉपिक को हम एंश्योर कर सकते हैं, और दूसरा मैन्युफैक्चरिंग टाइम पे. सो ये जो दोनों टॉपिक है उसके ऊपर आप कंसंट्रेट करेंगे तो आपको काफी अच्छा नॉलेज मिलेगा. इंजीनियरिंग टेक्निक is associated with GTU for not only me being a mentor, but our complete organization is supporting many GTU and other kind of universities for startup, incubation, and project development and all. So myself, Rudresh Vyas, education head, engineering technique is having 4 channel partners across India and having multiple associations with technology companies like SolidWorks, Envision Tech, Markforge. And I am representing education and connected with all the colleges and universities and also in schools and ITIs. Our passion is digitalization, and today you will see how, being passionate about digitalization, we are ensuring sustainability also in the product development and manufacturing. So as I told you, sustainability in product design is coming at the first stage, and being an expert in product design into sustainability, today I am having Gaurav Harane, the senior engineer of application in our organization. So instead of me talking about this, I will parallelly invite Gaurav for start the presentation for this SolidWorks into sustainability. SolidWorks इसलिए क्योंकि हमारा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन SolidWorks यूज करता है और उसमें सस्टेनेबिलिटी एक पार्ट के तौर पे इसमें इनबिल्ट है. सो मैं गौरव हराने को इनवाइट करूंगा टू एक्सप्लेन यू हाउ दिस इज पॉसिबल इन SolidWorks. थैंक यू.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Rudresh Vyas, for the introduction. So now let me just share my screen. First of all, I'd like to say Happy Engineers Day to all the engineers present, as well as Professor Dr. Naveen Seth, Vice Chancellor GTU, for providing us an opportunity to showcase the today's topic of engineers' role in sustainability, as well as Dr. S.K. Hadia, DIC in charge GTU, KN Kher, Registrar GTU, then Dr. Sanjay Chauhan, Director GIC GTU, as well as Coordinator Mr. Harshil Patel, Project Assistant GTU, and Co-Coordinator Professor Raj Haqqani, Assistant Professor GTU. Thank you for welcoming us at this webinar of engineers' role in sustainability. So myself, yes, let me take you through what will be the role of engineering sustainability. So in these days, we are more aware of such news coming either on daily basis or weekly, 2 or 3 newses. We see that the air pollution is causing deaths every year, and also Delhi is now become the pollution capital of the world. So we need to be very much check that these news are not like the pollution news. We should be sustainable, as well as the plastic is causing pollution. So there are various types of pollution, including air, plastic, as well as the surface water is getting polluted. This is not something which we need to be proud of, right? So we have achieved great heights in the technology, but in terms of sustainability, environment protection, etc., we need to take a look. Now, environmental pollution is currently biggest challenge facing the world today. 1/3 of the top soil, means the soil on which we walk, on which the buildings are constructed, that we see, is already degraded. And with the current rate of soil degradation caused by improper agricultural industrial practices, deforestation, most of the world's topsoil could be gone within the next 60 years. Pollution needs to be dramatically reduced because it is destroying the environment we live in, contaminating our food and water, causing diseases and cancers in human and wildlife, and destroying the air we breathe and the atmosphere that protects us from the ultraviolet rays, from the radiation. It is the responsibility of each and every living person to protect the environment. And with the pollution ever increasing, pollution problems are only going to get worse unless we do something about it by decreasing waste, implementing recycling policies, banning dangerous agricultural chemicals, and developing safe renewable energy. We can significantly reduce the amount of pollution going into environment, and annually we can increase our quality of living. So, being said that, you all are aware of the ever-growing pollution which is causing the threats to climate stability, the high level of CO2. High level of CO2 is destabilizing the climate. Humans generate 1 to 2% more CO2 per year than nature can absorb. This is a very dangerous thing, and we should take care of this to give our future generation a good environment. Now, be ready for the future life. Correct? So if we go on polluting our Mother Earth like this situation is not far. or save environment and become sustainable. Correct? So it is each and everyone's individual choice how we want our future life to look. Now let me take you through the sustainability, what it actually means. We all have read the word sustainability in each and every field, correct? But what does it actually means? Let me take you through it. Sustainable development, everybody is talking about it, but what those two words actually mean? Let's take a minute to understand what sustainable development is all about. The idea first emerged in late 80s as a response to the world's ever-growing social and environmental problems. With globalization and quality gap between rich and poor countries is widening every day, and the projections for pollution growth are alarming. How are we going to feed the total of 9 billion people in 2050? How can we offer everyone access to clean drinking water, healthcare, and education? How can we protect biodiversity and take action against climate change? How can we make sure that industrial development means progress for everyone? The proposed solution was a new kind of development, right? Called sustainable development. The term was officially defined in the 1987 as a part of preparation for Rio Earth Summit. Sustainable development is development that meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. Correct? So I hope now everybody is well aware what sustainability means. I have clearly mentioned in my previous presentations or the previous video that I showed what it means. Being said that, the engineer's role in sustainability, let me highlight the point of our webinar. Engineering, the art of directing the great resources of power and nature to the use and benefit of man. It is said by Thomas Treadgold. For development to become sustainable, engineers must incorporate sustainability into all our planning and engineering of products and projects. So if I talk about some years before, for example, 40 or 50 years before, this word sustainability was not as famous or as important as it is today, correct? And the people nowadays, for example, from year 1990s onward, it has become one of the most important terms. So humans have achieved the growth in their respective fields, and they have destroyed the Mother Earth to the tremendous extent that now the word sustainability is become very important for the future of humans itself. Technology is neither good nor bad in itself. How we choose to apply it determines whether a good balance is achieved or not, right? So we have the technology, but how we can apply it, it depends on that. And that again tells us whether we are protecting the Mother Earth or destroying it with the use of technology, what we are having. So once we know the engineer's role in sustainability, the sustainable engineers create a good sustainable company. So when a company becomes a truly sustainable company is one that uses the waste of other process as its input. For example, a company is, the waste is in the form of water. If water comes out from the company in the form of waste, So that waste should be recycled and used as an input into the same company again. Correct? And minimizes or eliminates the use of materials extracted from the earth. So we should limit the use of such materials which we extract from the earth, like oil, right? And there are various other materials that we extract which is causing pollution. Creates output that can be used by other process. As I had previously mentioned, when a company gives output, that should be used as an input for other processes or return to its natural state. If it is not being used to other process, instead of throwing it into, so for example, many of the industries throw their wastes in rivers, right, or on the land, which again degrades the rivers or land. It pollutes them. So we should again clean that and return to the Mother Earth in the natural state and eliminate waste that can be used. Use the least amount of energy to achieve the desired outcome. So when a company becomes sustainable, when it follows all these types of policies. Nowadays, using renewable energy is growing in India. So we should use or focus more on renewable energy like solar, wind, etc. in order to become a sustainable company of the future. So I have taken you through what is sustainability, then what is the role of engineers, how a company becomes sustainable. Correct? Now let me take you through life cycle assessment. So what are the parameters on which we can say that company has achieved sustainability, 100% sustainability or 80% sustainable, whatever may be. So LCA is detailed analysis that gives you the information you need to make the most environmentally friendly decisions throughout product design. Correct? So if I put it in a very simple language, it is a set of instructions. So most of you are engineers over here. So you all may be knowing that there are various standards in India like ISO standard, ASME standard, etc. Just like that, this is one standard which is created for sustainable companies. They should follow these norms in order to achieve sustainability. So LCA deals with all those things, which gives you the information you need to make the most environmentally friendly decisions. Whenever we manufacture a product, it usually goes into various processes. Starting from, now if you look at the right side of the PPT, I have shown one image. So it is showing you how the product actually follows the life cycle, starting from the material extraction from the earth, right? Then it is being manufactured in the factory. Then it is again shipped to any other location, transportation. Then it comes into our home. For example, if it is a consumer product like telephone or any other product, so it comes into our home, then we use it. Then after certain period of time, the life of the product expires. We throw it in the dustbin. So at each and every phase of the product, wherever it goes, we have to recycle it. Correct? So this is what the life cycle assessment actually says. Now, the analysis looks at a product's entire life, which encompasses ore extraction, starting from where the material comes from. If we talk about various types of metals, we have to dig them from the Mother Earth, right? So from there, life cycle assessment actually starts. Then how we manufacture it in the industry, then how it is produced, then how it is used, till it is disposed, all including the transportation that occurs between each and every stage. So at each and every stage of the product, we have to be sure that no wastage is being produced. Each and everything is done with the help of renewable sources that we are having. And if any wastages are produced, we again give the wastage to the mother earth in its natural form. Correct? Now, I have just enlarged the image that I have previously shown. What is sustainable design? So at the top, we can see raw material extraction. Then we process the material. For example, we extract the metal from the earth, then we process it, make it to the form that it can be manufactured. We provide it to the manufacturing company. There it is manufactured. Again, it is transported to the assembly company where it will be assembled, right? Then the product is manufactured. For example, a mobile phone is manufactured. Then it is again transported to its end customer like us. We use it for 2 years, 3 years, etc. Now, then we dispose it off. Correct? So everything should be coming under sustainable design. Now, what is the solution? How we can measure sustainability? Here comes into the picture SolidWorks. What is SolidWorks sustainability now? The easy way to more environmentally friendly designs. SolidWorks, as most of the engineers are aware, it is a software which is created by Dassault Systems. So SolidWorks sustainability provides actionable environmental results by measuring the environmental impacts of individual designs across the product life cycle. Now, until now, you are aware what is the life cycle of the product. It goes through various phases like again I have pasted the same picture at the right hand side so that you will be aware of the cycle. Correct? So including effects of material, manufacturing, assembly, and transportation. So how all these effects of the material can be incorporated in a software? This is one most crucial question. All the engineers design the product, manufacture the product, right? But few engineers, they actually go to check whether the product they have manufactured, whether it is suitable for the mother earth or not, whether it is providing any harmful toxicity to the earth or not, right? So few engineers actually focus their mind into the sustainable design. So SolidWorks software is the only software which is actually incorporated with the CAD design and sustainable design. Both things are incorporated in it so that the engineers also focus their design sustainably. Now let us dig a deeper dive into the sustainable design into the software. Okay, now I have opened here the SolidWorks software here. Now the SolidWorks software is the most user-friendly and easy to use CAD software tool which includes part designing, assembly design, and 2D drawing. Correct? So you can create the material, you can create the products in here with the help of the various entities, line, circle. I will not go deeper dive into the 3D CAD modeling part as this will divert me from my webinar topic of sustainability. Correct? So with the help of all these features, you can create your 3D model. So over here, I have created a 3D model. Now this is a disk drive assembly, right? And it is made up of various parts. like hard drive is there, drive shield is there, correct? And there are various fasteners. Now let me go on and open one of the part. Again, in SolidWorks, you can provide various types of materials which are inbuilt. So starting from steel, iron, aluminium, rubber, wood, etc. So now let us go to the today's topic of sustainability. So when you activate the sustainability option over here, it will give you the options to input various parameters. Starting from the material, what is the material your product is being made of? For example, I will select plastics. Again, what is the type of plastics you are looking for? You can select it. So automatic the weight comes up. Going down to the next steps like the manufacturing, where my product is manufactured. So it is very intuitive that you have to just select the area. For example, it is manufactured in North America, correct? Or Asia or Australia. We'll just have to select from the window. Build to last. Now, whenever we talk about any product, it is actually specified a certain amount of life. Correct. If you talk about, take an example of mobile phones. Correct. So mobile phones they usually last 4 to 5 years. Now you can put the values over here, build to last, either in terms of month, hour, or days. It gives you more deeper dive into the process, how it is created. Either it is created by which manufacturing process. Then you can provide the values like total electricity, what is the natural gas which is used for the manufacturing process, and what is the scrap rate. Right? So these are the few inputs that you will be required to give. And what is the paint? So depending on the paint also, the sustainability criteria will take. Automatically the surface area will be coming up over here. Correct. So once all these things are done, we go for the next part, that is the use, where the product will be used. Now let me select India. It will be manufactured in North America and it will be used in India. So automatically it will show you the transportation. The transportation, the software has calculated it is 17,703 kilometer. Right? So you can select what is the source of transportation. Either it is rail, road, sea, or air. And you can input your own values also. This also plays very important criteria. And finally, once your manufacturing and source regions are completed, you will have to specify what is the end life. How much percent is recyclable from the part? How much percent is incinerated, which is burnt, which is of no use, and how much percentage of it will be in the landfill. So this will be 100% once everything is completed. Correct? And we will get the what is the environmental impact which is coming. Now, if you remember, we have specified 5 years as the use of the product, that how much years it will withstand. If I go to the top, yes, build to last is 5 years. Correct? And over here, I have specified duration of use. Now, mobile phones, I am taking the example, it is built to last, for example, 4 to 5 years, but there are few people who change it every year. Right? So you can specify duration of use over here. It may be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Likewise, the software will automatically provide you the environmental impact. So it is divided into material impact, use, transportation, manufacturing, and end of use. So what is the carbon footprint? What is the energy? What is the air and water required? Correct? Now let me again go ahead and find some similar material. from the list of material library. So I will select plastic over here, and these are all the material properties of the plastic. For example, I want the tensile strength to be greater than the specified value. So you can choose from the values, and I'll say find similar. So whatever plastics which are having the value greater than that specified value will be listed. Let me select the 3 values. So it will automatically tell you whether this material is environmentally, how much impact it is giving, correct? So if I choose acrylic, again the values will be changing. So it will show you the original material, first one, and the selected material. How much is the difference? How this material would be environmentally safe or not. Correct? Let me accept this acrylic. So you can go through various materials and then you can run your study to check whether your part is sustainable or not. Now, if I take steel, for example, steel sheet, again, for example, I select the manufacturing, that is North America, and end use is Australia. So it has taken the C route by default. You can anyways override the values according to your requirements. Correct? And again, the process of manufacturing. It will change as you change the material. So for plastic, it was showing me the plastic manufacturing processes, but for the metal, it is again bifurcated it accordingly. For example, it is manufactured by sheet metal. Correct? Now the environmental impact will change accordingly over here. So once all this, your material is ready, you have chosen the correct material for its manufacturing, you have chosen the perfect duration of use, etc. You are able to create a good Excel or the Word report of this. Correct? So this report is created in the Word. So it will be having all the necessary informations that you have put in the software in the documented form. And finally, you will have to provide few conclusions that by using this product, this is the environmental impact coming on my product, right? This material is suitable, correct? Again, returning to the next stage of my presentation, SolidWorks sustainability is ideal for sustainable design. Like whenever you create any product in SolidWorks, the sustainability dashboard is available over there. So simultaneously you can design the product and check whether the product is sustainable or not. You can access the environmental impact, right? And this cycle continues if you are not sure whether the product is sustainable or not. Now, SolidWorks sustainability is the only CAD product with an integrated sustainability solution. When I say integrated, means the modeling part and sustainable design part, both are in one software. There is no need to go and search another software for sustainability solutions. So this is the only CAD product which is offering you such good set of informations. Now, if I talk about SolidWorks sustainability, you are able to quickly and easily access environmental impact on the product design workflow, brings life cycle thinking into the design process. Now, life cycle is the same what I had showcased you in the previous PPTs. Helps advance sustainable thinking throughout the organization. Includes a powerful material comparison tool for engineering and sustainable engineering. Now, being only engineer is not the need of hour. You have to be a sustainable engineer. Correct? There are many engineers in the world, but there are few sustainable engineers who design their product which not only pollutes the mother earth, but it also helps you to create the sustainable product. Just as SolidWorks first brought 3D modeling to the masses, right? So it is the most intuitive and user-friendly 3D modeling software. SolidWorks sustainability brings sustainable design to the masses also. Now it is, I am talking this many times that it is integrated with the SolidWorks software. You can have life cycle assessment of the parts. You can find similar material with the help of various dashboards. With the key categories, you can check the impacts. You can set a baseline and you can compare it with the current material. What is the change in the environmental impact? And you are able to get the customizable reports also. Now, what are the benefits of sustainability? Now, once a company becomes sustainable, the sales increases, it decreases the cost of manufacturing, it is able to bring new products to the market, the ratio increases, it improves the quality, right? Decrease the risk of liability and liability. It becomes a profit-making company. It attracts and retains the talent, correct? And it becomes one of the preferred suppliers. So these are some of the benefits what the company could be if it becomes sustainable. And yes, not last, but you will have the good reputation in the world also. Now let me take you to one live example. We all know the CO2 is emitted by vehicles around the world. It is one of the most alarming cause of the pollution because there are thousands and lakhs of vehicles in the world. Now this is one live example that I would like to show. Let me go to my Chrome. The Tesla company, we all are aware, it is the giant automobile manufacturer which manufactures the environmentally friendly vehicles, electric vehicles. Correct? Now this is their website in which I have selected US region, North America, and it shows you in the live meter how much total CO2 is saved by Tesla vehicles that are right now running on the road in the North America. So if these vehicles were not electric, this much tons, 3,620,384 tons of CO2 would be released in the environment. But because of Tesla's hybrid vehicles, electric vehicles, it is saving this much amount of carbon dioxide right now. And it is live. Every minute, the value is increasing. When I took the screenshot, it was 3,617,000 and right now it is 3,620,000. I had just taken it today morning. So we should think like this. Not only the engineer should think how to produce the product or how good he is able to design the product, but it should look beyond that. You should also look into the sustainable parameters of it. Now let me come to the concluding sections of my presentation. Why did Dassault Systems, SolidWorks develop or decide to offer this product? Right? Now, many countries around the world have made environmental concerns a growing priority. And both individual and companies are making decisions based on eco-friendliness of the product. Correct? As this market needs to grow, SolidWorks sustainability enables our customers to develop environmentally responsible products that better compete in variety of markets. Right? So when an individual engineer designs his product in SolidWorks, making the use of sustainability is actually creating a environmentally friendly product as compared to the other tools. Now, important thing, where does the data for the product come from? The data which is used by SolidWorks Sustainability is provided by PE International of Stuttgart, Germany. Now, this is one international organization which actually sets all the standards for life cycle assessment, starting from the ore extraction to the end of the product life. So all the data are created by this international in Germany, and all those data are being used in the SolidWorks. Last but not the least, how accurate are the results from this product? The values in SolidWorks sustainability are useful within plus minus 20% and should be used as an estimate. Correct? So if you are not using the SolidWorks sustainability product, you might be making much more hazardous product. Then if you use this SolidWorks sustainability, right? Now I will like to come to the conclusion part of my presentation. So I see there are many people are live on the Facebook. Many people have joined this WebEx meeting. So all the students of GTU who are right now live over here from various sources, I would like to have commitment from all, as well as from all the engineers in and out of the live platforms, that let us take an oath. We will take care of Mother Earth with social responsibility and environmental protection. This is our contribution to a better future for us and for coming generations. So we are not only thinking of our generation, but for our future generations. It is simply means give back what you take in the same manner. Correct? So let us take this oath and go ahead. Now I would like to give my presentation to Mr. Rudresh Vyas. So he will take you through more points. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Rudresh Vyas.
Thank you, Gaurav. I just wanted to share my presentation. So, if a student is wanted to maintain the sustainability during the product design and manufacturing, so today we are continuing this presentation. First of all, I would like to thank Gaurav Harane. He is always doing the presentation to our corporate clients. But when I told him that you have to prepare the presentation for the student crowd, so immediately within 1 or 2 days, he has changed the presentation in the perspective of the student so that student can understand. So thank you, Gaurav. Again, now I am continuing with the manufacturing. See, basically, if manufacturing person like production engineer is a director of a film, if we are considering, then designer is the script writer for the product which he is designing to manufacture. So the roles of both are very much important. Either script or the director fails, then the complete product or film will fail. So let us continue with the manufacturing part. Now manufacturing normally there are many sustainable related topics and points, but I am considering here the students, those who are going to get the job after maybe 2 years, 5 years down the line, and considering that we have to take the you can say the idea, or you can say the matter which is the futuristic. So in manufacturing, my company is always believe in digitalization. So digitalization of manufacturing is the now new big thing in row. For the huge changes due to digitalization, the manufacturing will definitely affect. But because it is a physical world, it will take you can say time also. So maybe we can consider doing the production using 3D printing, or you can say the digitalization, or you can say the additive manufacturing. It will take still 2 to 5 years in Indian industries. No doubt, we are connected with a lot of international companies, and there the production is already done. We are also doing some of the production. I will show you some of the slides. बट मैं बोलना चाहूंगा कि आप लोग जब 2 से 5 साल के बाद जब इंडस्ट्री में जाएंगे, तो आप लोगों को ये चीज अभी का जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का प्रेजेंटेशन है वो भी एक याद रखना है, जो सस्टेनेबिलिटी के लिए बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है. इससे क्या होने वाला है फ्यूचर में? तो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इज इन द न्यू एज ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस, द वर्ल्ड ऑफ मेकिंग इज चेंजिंग. मीन्स आप जो भी बना रहे हो वो सब कुछ अभी चेंज होने वाला है. सो यहाँ पे मैं ये बताना चाहूंगा कि हम लोग नॉर्मली मास प्रोडक्शन की बात करते हैं. नॉर्मली जब मैं 3D प्रिंटिंग की बात करता हूँ तो लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि भाई मास प्रोडक्शन तो 3D प्रिंटिंग से नहीं हो सकता है. तो मेरा कहना ऐसा है कि वी विल स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली आफ्टर इम्प्लीमेंटिंग ऑफ 3D प्रिंटिंग विल स्विच टू मास कस्टमाइजेशन इंस्टेड ऑफ मास प्रोडक्शन. सो मास कस्टमाइजेशन मीन्स जितने लोग हैं उनकी प्रोडक्ट अलग होगी. सो थोड़ा मैं इसके ऊपर आज हाईलाइट करना चाहूंगा और उसको सस्टेनेबिलिटी के साथ रिलेट करना चाहूंगा. थोड़ा नया टॉपिक है, आप लोग भी फर्स्ट टाइम सुन रहे होंगे, बट मैं चाहूंगा कि आप लोग अगर कॉन्सेंट्रेट करेंगे तो इसके ऊपर काफी कुछ कर सकते हैं हम. मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इज ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग फ्रॉम मास प्रोडक्शन टू मास कस्टमाइजेशन, एंड द फ्यूचर प्रोवर्बल विल बी ऑर्डर ऑफ वन. मीन्स हम जब जो चीज जरूरत होगी तभी उसका ऑर्डर करेंगे और मैन्युफैक्चर करेंगे. ऐसा नहीं है कि उसको बना के हमने गोडाउन में रखेंगे. हाउ सस्टेनेबल इज 3D प्रिंटिंग? नाउ लेट अस सी इफ योर न्यू जनरेशन वांट्स टू implement 3D printing and manufacture the products using 3D printing, then how you can do that? So 3D printing is starting to break into mainstream, and in 2018, the global additive manufacturing market established to have generated, you can say, $9.3 billion business. So let us see. By 2020 यहाँ पे एक 14 बिलियन का बिजनेस बताया गया था. जो प्रिडिक्शन था शायद अभी पेंडेमिक की वजह से वो नहीं हुआ होगा, मगर हम लोग, हमारी कंपनी, हम लोग भी इसके ऊपर कंसंट्रेट कर रहे हैं. और वो इसलिए कंसंट्रेट कर रहे हैं कि 3D प्रिंटिंग से जो पॉपुलैरिटी जो गेन हो रही है उसकी वजह से रैपिड प्रोटोटाइपिंग, रिड्यूस प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट, इंक्रीज सप्लाई चेन एफिशिएंसी एंड मैन्युफैक्चर यूनिक आइटम्स, ये सब प्लस पॉइंट है. और इसमें मैं जो भी चीजें सस्टेनेबल रिलेटेड है उसको मैंने ग्रीन टेक्स्ट किया हुआ है. सो यू कैन रीड हियर इन दिस पर्टिकुलर स्लाइड, reduce production cost and increase supply chain efficiency will be the benefit of 3D printing. So उसको हम थोड़ा डिटेल में देखेंगे. So यहाँ पे reduce shipping need means हम एक जगह पे पूरी दुनिया का प्रोडक्शन करते हैं और पूरी दुनिया में उसको फिर शिप करते हैं, उसमें थोड़ा रिडक्शन होगा. वो कैसे, वो हम देखेंगे. फिर हम लोग वेस्टेज भी काफी कुछ कम करेंगे 3D प्रिंटिंग यूज करके. हम लोग सस्टेनेबल मटेरियल ऑप्शन हमारे पास होंगे. मीन्स आपके पास चॉइस होगा, इंजीनियर्स के पास चॉइस होगा, और अभी अगर चॉइस नहीं है तो आपके पास रिसर्च का भी एक ऑप्शन होगा कि आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा सस्टेनेबल मटेरियल बनाएं 3D प्रिंटिंग को यूज करने के लिए। हम काफी हद तक एनर्जी रिड्यूस करेंगे, तो एनर्जी का यूज कम होगा और प्रोडक्शन ज्यादा होगा। थोड़े बहुत एनवायरमेंटल चैलेंजेस है, उसके बारे में भी देखेंगे। ऐसा नहीं है कि 3D प्रिंटिंग इंप्लीमेंट किया सो इट इज कंप्लीटली सस्टेनेबल, कंप्लीटली ग्रीन, वो तो होने वाला नहीं है, बट हम देखेंगे कि उसमें भी क्या चैलेंजेस है और कितने लेवल की चैलेंजेस है ट्रेडिशनल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग। नाउ रिड्यूस शिपिंग नीड, उसके ऊपर थोड़ा कंसंट्रेट करते हैं। So, with mass manufacturing, materials, parts, and final products are often shipped long distances and creating significant level of carbon emission. मैं आपको सिंपली बताऊं तो रॉ मटेरियल हम लेते हैं इंडिया से, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग चाइना में करते हैं और प्रोडक्शन उसका चाइना में करते हैं और यूज उसका यूएस में करते हैं। तो हर टाइम पे रॉ मटेरियल को आपको ट्रांसपोर्ट करना पड़ता है। कई बार तो मैंने ऐसे एग्जांपल्स देखे हैं कि एक प्रोडक्ट बन रहा है, उसका पैकेजिंग कोई और कंट्री में होगा और फिर यूज पूरे दुनिया में हो रहा है। सो ये पूरा जो यू कैन से दी शिपिंग का जो रिक्वायरमेंट है वो 3D प्रिंटिंग यूज करने से काफी हद तक कम हो रहा है। आप देख सकते हो विद 3D प्रिंटिंग हाउएवर यू कैन मैन्युफैक्चर गुड्स क्लोजर टू द एंड यूजर, मींस जहां पे उसका यूज होने वाला है शायद उसी जगह पे, उसके घर पे या उसके सिटी में या उसके कंट्री में या उसके स्टेट में उस प्रोडक्ट को हम बना सकते हैं, ना कि वो कहीं और बना के कहीं और शिप कर रहे हैं। तो आप लोग अभी ये फर्स्ट टाइम शायद सुन रहे होंगे। सो रिटेलर कैन प्रोड्यूस, अगर मैं रिटेलर की बात करूं तो अपने स्टोर में प्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं। मैन्युफैक्चरर की बात करूं तो वो मशीनरी जो है वो ऑन साइट पे वो कर सकते हैं, और कंज्यूमर की बात करूं तो वो अपने घर में इसको कर सकते हैं, मैन्युफैक्चर कर सकते हैं। और ये एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे, एग्जाम्पल के साथ मैं बताऊंगा, अभी थोड़ी देर में ही मैं एग्जाम्पल शेयर करूंगा कि मेरी कंपनी ने ये किस तरह से किया हुआ है, और वो भी अभी रिसेंटली। दिस dramatically reduces the distances goods must be shipped. So this is very much green statement as far as manufacturing is concerned. तो मैं यहाँ पे ये बताना चाहूंगा कि 3D प्रिंट करो, प्रिंट कहाँ पे करो, जहां पे उसकी जरूरत है। सो मैन्युफैक्चर कहाँ पे कर रहा है, जहां पे जिस प्रोडक्ट की जरूरत है वहीं पे आप मैन्युफैक्चर कर रहे हैं। नाउ रिड्यूस वेस्ट। Another major benefit of 3D printing is its ability to help companies reduce their waste. So here, how you can reduce the waste? Let us see by example. So in traditional manufacturing, if you see, then by CNC machine, you can say the subtractive manufacturing, these all are the traditional manufacturing words. So 70% of your material is going to scrap. So this is really not good for any production company. So with additive manufacturing, rather than cut away parts of a larger piece to the material, you can create the product by laying down material layer by layer. So the green statement here is what? This means there is no scrap, there is no waste. So I have to explain this by showing the video so that you can properly understand those students who have not seen 3D printing till date. So reducing the amount of resources used has positive environmental impact and also helps reduce the cost. So let us see the next statement. So print what you need. Whatever is required, that product only you will print. You will not print everything at one stretch and courier it to the world. So now let me prove this. At the same time, I am showing you two videos, the subtractive manufacturing and additive manufacturing. Now here you can see The substitute manufacturing at the lab side is creating huge dust particle wastage of a material and using the additive manufacturing, the same product you are manufacturing, but very effectively without wasting material. So I hope you all have understood the same product we have developed, but in a different way. Now let me explain you with the presentation. So here, when you are taking the traditional manufacturing way, you are taking a block, you are doing some machining, you are getting your desired product in front of you, but at the same time you are wasting a lot of material, which is maybe going to scrap, and you have to, again, for using it, you have to do a lot of other things. But in additive manufacturing, if you are taking a material and you are using 3D printing, then you are getting your desired material and product, and at the same time very negligible wastage is there. So here you can see the difference. So it is our responsibility, engineers' responsibility, current engineers' responsibility, current students' responsibility, current colleges and universities, those who are providing the education, their responsibility to implement 3D printing as early as possible. Because we are far, you can say, the behind from the other countries. We have visited a lot of countries and they are doing manufacturing using 3D printing. I will show you some of the examples today also. Apart from that, the one another plus point is all the existing products going to be re-engineered, and all the existing products in the world right now available will be recreated after applying the design for additive manufacturing concept. Why this design for additive manufacturing concept is getting more popular compared to the design for manufacturing which we are using traditionally? So the point is what here also, again, the same product can be manufactured using the less amount of material used by developing not the complete solid product, but you can see here the honeycomb structure and different structures used to create the strength of the product. And ultimately, you are using the less material and creating the strength of the product more compared to the old product. So believe me, this is the another opportunity for all you engineers, those who are in right now in studies. Believe me, all engineering product, all the products will be re-engineered again by applying this design for additive manufacturing concept and 3D printing and everything in place. So start looking on these opportunities. Now let us go to the next point, sustainable material options. Now here you can see there are two materials right now in 3D printing also we are using. One is ABS and another is PLA. So PLA is made from plants and most often it is from the corn. So जो कॉर्न हम खाते हैं उसी कॉर्न का जो लेफ्ट आउट रहता है वो सब पूरा लेफ्ट आउट है, उसमें से PLA मटेरियल बनता है. और अभी आज की डेट में भी बहुत सारे ऐसे रिसर्चेस चल रहे हैं जिसमें हम algae, कॉफी ग्राउंड्स एंड सेल्यूलोज को यूज करके लोग रिसर्च कर रहे हैं कि हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा ग्रीन मटेरियल बनाए जो हम 3D प्रिंटिंग में यूज कर सकते हैं और हम उससे अपनी एंड यूजर प्रोडक्ट बना के यूज करें ताकि हम ज्यादा और सस्टेनेबल मटेरियल को डेवलप करें. कोई अगर बताता है कि भाई 3D प्रिंटर स्लो है प्रोडक्शन के लिए या अभी मल्टी कलर नहीं है या उसमें जितने चाहिए उतने मटेरियल नहीं है, मेटल में अभी इतना पॉपुलर नहीं है, तो मैं ऐसा बताना चाहूंगा कि अगर आप एज अ इंजीनियर वेट कर रहे हो ये सब चीज का तो यू आर लूजिंग योर अपॉर्चुनिटी. स्टार्ट डूइंग रिसर्च ऑन दिस, start using 3D printers which is right now available, then only you will come to do the research part, and then only you will come to get more and more good material, speed up the printer and all. And believe me, right now also there are a lot of GTU colleges and other colleges and universities are with us. We are giving the problem statements related to 3D printer, and they are working on it. So I am very much confident that using this particular channel of education and universities and schools, we are going to do good research in 3D printing and implementing sustainable production in place. Now reduce energy use. Now देखिए 3D printing से काफी कुछ एनर्जी कम यूज होती है. सबसे पहली बात करूं मैं, अगर एकदम सिंपल लेमैन लैंग्वेज में, तो 3D प्रिंटर को जो हम पावर कोड कनेक्ट करते हैं, उसमें हम कंप्यूटर के अंदर जो पावर यूज होता है, उतना ही पावर हम 3D प्रिंटर को देते हैं फॉर डेवलपिंग फॉर डूइंग द प्रोडक्शन इन 3D प्रिंटर. सो ये एक सिंपल आपको एग्जांपल दूं जिससे आप बता सकते हो कि सबसे कम हम एनर्जी यूज करते हैं फॉर बिल्डिंग द प्रोडक्ट. द रिसर्चर्स फाउंड दैट प्रिंटिंग द आइटम्स टुक बिटवीन 41 and 64% less energy. So it is on an average 50% less energy you are using for manufacturing using 3D printer. So this is one of the best, you can see the example of reduce the energy during the production. Not only that, but additive manufacturing also offers the opportunity to produce renewable energy sources. So there are huge scope to research on the same. Now there are some challenges, and each and every method of doing production or anything, it must be having the challenge. So let us see some challenges also. Maybe we can overcome, and maybe we can over a period of time you can say the overcome on these particular challenges also. But these are very, you can say the normal challenges. जब आप इसमें जो रिड्यूस एनर्जी से प्रोडक्शन करते हो, तो यहाँ पे ये बताया गया है कि दी pollution which is created is very much equivalent to the cooking on a stove. Means अगर आप स्टोव में कुकिंग करते हो, एक कैंडल को बर्न करते हो, या ऐसा बोल सकते हो कि इंडोर में अगर एक सिगरेट बंदा पी रहा है, तो उतना ही पोल्यूशन इसमें से निकलता है. बट थोड़े बहुत प्लास्टिक यूज करते हैं अगर 3D प्रिंटर में, और अगर वो प्लास्टिक कंप्लीटली हार्मफुल है, तो उस एनवायरनमेंट को हमको थोड़ा प्रॉपर बनाना पड़ेगा, ताकि वो हैजार्डस प्लास्टिक अगर वो कुकिंग जितना या कैंडल जितना भी बर्न होके अगर एयर में आ रहा है, तो हमारे हेल्थ को नुकसान नहीं करना चाहिए. सो इसके ऊपर हमको थोड़ा वेंटिलेशन प्रॉपर रखना पड़ेगा. 3D प्रिंटिंग अगर यूज कर रहे हैं, तो मैं यहाँ बताना चाहूंगा और सबको अवेयर करना चाहूंगा कि अगर आप 3D प्रिंटर अगर प्रॉपरली एनवायरनमेंट में यूज नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो इसका भी ध्यान रखना है ताकि आपको हार्मफुल ना हो जाए. The additive manufacturing sector is still young, but it has a lot of potential to help manufacturing become more sustainable. Companies and consumers must make a conscious effort to make sustainability a priority in matters related to 3D printing. So यहाँ पे बोला गया है कि कंपनीज को ये लेना है रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. तो हमारी कंपनी किस तरह से इसको रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ले रही है, वो मैं यहाँ बताना चाहूंगा. तो 3D प्रिंटिंग तो 87 में फर्स्ट टाइम चक हल जैसे साइंटिस्ट ने खोज की थी, और 87 से हमारे साथ में है. ऐसा बोल सकते हो कि कंप्यूटर था तब से है, बट इसका पॉपुलैरिटी नहीं हो रहा था, इतना ग्रास रूट लेवल पे इसका यूज नहीं हो रहा था. तो मेरी कंपनी ने इसको प्रमोट करने के लिए, ताकि सस्टेनेबल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हो सके, आज नहीं तो 10 साल के बाद, 5 साल के बाद, 15 साल के बाद, तो इसके लिए हमने क्या किया वो यहाँ पे मैं बताना चाहूंगा. तो हमने 2016 में, कंपनी तो 2012 से, मैं खुद 2012 से डिजिटलाइजेशन ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग की बात कर रहा हूँ. 3D प्रिंटिंग को मैंने स्टडी किया था 2012 में, बट 2016 में मुझे अपॉर्चुनिटी मिला और हमने एक प्रोग्राम बनाया और उसका नाम है डिजिटलाइजेशन ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग. और आज मैं आपके सामने जब बात कर रहा हूँ, तो करीब करीब इसके 100 जितने हमने सेमिनार कर लिए, वेबिनार कर लिए हैं. सो इससे क्या फायदा हुआ मैं बताना चाहूंगा. हम लोग सबसे पहले इंस्टीट्यूट है जो इंटरनेशनल सर्टिफिकेशन 3D प्रिंटिंग में लॉन्च किया. सो जब बच्चा अगर किड आपके जैसे स्टूडेंट्स अगर पढ़ने के बाद यूएस बाहर जाना चाहते हैं, तो ये सर्टिफिकेट की एक वैलिडिटी रहे, आप ग्लोबली इसको शोकेस कर सके कि मुझे इस टेक्नोलॉजी के बारे में नॉलेज है। और हमने इसको प्रमोट करने के लिए अभी लेटेस्ट में एक टच स्क्रीन वाला यूजर फ्रेंडली जो बच्चे भी यूज कर सके ऐसा एक 3D प्रिंटर डेवलप किया है, और उसमें हमने रेडीमेड टॉयज पेन ड्राइव में अपलोड किए हैं ताकि ये जो प्रिंटर है वो 50 स्कूलों में जाने वाले हैं। और हमने एक डैम लैब करके कॉन्सेप्ट बनाया है, जैसा ही डैम स्कूल जैसा कॉन्सेप्ट बनाया है। डैम लैब हम कॉलेजेस में इंस्टॉल करते हैं और डैम स्कूल जो है वो स्कूल्स में इंस्टॉल करते हैं। तो ये प्रिंटर के साथ साथ कंप्यूटर और एक सॉफ्टवेयर है जो बच्चे खुद एक छोटा सा टॉय अपना खुद का बना सकते हैं, और उसका नाम है सॉलिडवर्क्स ऐप फॉर किड। सो अगर आप उसको सर्च करेंगे एकदम इजीली अवेलेबल है, ब्राउजर बेस्ड सॉफ्टवेयर है, और सॉलिडवर्क्स ऐप फॉर किड्स में आप अपना खुद का टॉय डिजाइन करके इसको आप ये डैम बॉय 3D प्रिंटर से प्रिंट कर सकते हैं। तो यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं कि हम इतना प्रमोशन कर रहे हैं 3D प्रिंटर का ताकि स्कूल तक ये पहुंचे। सो एक जमाने में हम कंप्यूटर को स्कूल तक पहुंचाते थे, वैसे ही अभी हम लोग 3D प्रिंटर को स्कूल तक पहुंचाने का काम कर रहे हैं। नाउ मैं बताना चाहूंगा यहाँ पे ये स्लाइड में यहाँ पे किस लिए बता रहा हूँ कि लॉकडाउन के दरमियान हम लोग जब घर से काम कर रहे थे तो ऐसे वेबिनार करना, मीटिंग करना और एक दूसरे को कॉल करना ये बहुत ही इजी है, क्योंकि ये वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड है और वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड को आप ऑनलाइन करना बहुत ही इजी है, आप इजीली कर सकते हो। बट अगर मुझे प्रोडक्शन करना है, हमको अगर मैन्युफैक्चर करना है, कोई प्रोडक्ट बनाना है जो ये पैंडेमिक लॉकडाउन के दरमियान में जरूरत थी, जिसकी जरूरत थी, इंडिया नहीं बना रहा था, बहुत सारी ऐसी प्रोडक्ट इंडिया नहीं बना रहा था, तो ये बनाने के लिए हमने क्या किया? सो हमने ऐसा किया कि जो 3D प्रिंटर्स हमारे पास थे वो हमने जो भी एम्प्लॉयज थे उनके घर में इंस्टॉल कर दिए। नाउ जरा आप इसके ऊपर गौर कर सकते हैं कि एक ट्रेडिशनल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग मशीन है, वो आप किसी भी तरह से किसी के घर में इंस्टॉल नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि उसमें बहुत सारे पावर कंजम्पशन की जरूरत होती है जो GIDC में ही अवेलेबल होता है। एक घर पे ऐसे ही पावर सप्लाई अवेलेबल नहीं होती है, और अगर आपने गलती से लगा भी दिया तो नेबर जो है वो आपके पीछे पड़ जाएंगे कि ऐसा कोई प्रोडक्शन आप यहाँ नहीं कर सकते हैं। सो यूजिंग दिस हमने एक प्रोडक्ट बनाया, सबसे पहला, बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट बनाए मगर सबसे पहला प्रोडक्ट बनाया हमने फेस शील्ड। सो ये फेस शील्ड हमने 60,000 ऑर्डर हमको मिले अक्रॉस दी कंट्री, दिल्ली से लेकर हैदराबाद तक की गवर्नमेंट्स ने ऑर्डर दिए, और हमने ये फेस शील्ड बना के इंडस्ट्री पूरे 60,000 अक्रॉस दी इंडिया बेच दिए। सो आप सोच सकते हो कि लॉकडाउन के दौरान हम किस तरह से प्रोडक्शन करते थे यूजिंग 3D प्रिंटर। सो ये बहुत ही एक यू कैन से वर्क फ्रॉम होम के लिए बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट एग्जांपल है जो आप ट्रेडिशनल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में किसी भी तरह से नहीं कर सकते। हमने स्टार्ट किया, बहुत सारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने इसको फ्री डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया। हमारा नाम जो है बहुत सारे मीडिया में इसको कवर किया। इसके अलावा सॉलिडवर्क्स और ऐसे बहुत सारे ओपन सोर्स सॉफ्टवेयर में बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट है जिसको आप एग्जिस्टिंग प्रोडक्ट को तोड़े मरोड़े बिना एक एक्स्ट्रा इसमें एक्सेसरी लगा के टचलेस एंट्री या ऐसी चीजों में प्रोडक्ट डेवलप करके काम कर सकते हो ड्यूरिंग द पेंडेमिक। सो वैसे प्रोडक्ट्स हमने डिजाइन किए और डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किए, उसके डिजाइन भी डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किए, और बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स और कॉर्पोरेट्स ने इसको 3D प्रिंट करके जगह जगह पहुंचाया। हमारा जो एंडिजन टेक कंपनी है, जो ये जो टेस्टिंग हो रहा है उसमें जो नोज और माउथ में जो स्वैब डाल के जो सैंपल्स लिए जाते हैं, सो उसको डेवलप करने के लिए हमने काम किया अक्रॉस दी ग्लोब। एंडिजन टेक ने पूरी दुनिया में ये काम किया है और अभी भी कर रही है। सो 3D प्रिंटिंग से ये चीज पॉसिबल है, जहाँ पे हमारे एनविजन के मशीन थे वहां पे उसको प्रोड्यूस करके उसको हमने डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया। और उसकी उसकी पूरी स्टोरी है वो MSNBC में कवर की गई है। यहाँ पे मैंने इसका शॉर्ट लिंक दिया हुआ है। हमारे बहुत सारे क्लाइंट्स हैं, उन्होंने भी इस दौरान में बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट बनाए जो कोविड के लिए जरूरी थे, और उसमें हमने उनको 3D प्रिंट करके, और सॉलिडवर्क्स में भी हमारे क्लाइंट्स थे, उनको हमने सॉलिडवर्क्स में सपोर्ट किया। राजकोट के हमारे जो यूजर है, उन्होंने डिसइंफेक्ट चैम्बर बनाया था। और लोगों को ऐसा क्वेश्चन होगा कि 3D प्रिंटर में हम तो एक छोटी छोटी चीजें बना सकते हैं, बट ऐसा नहीं है। वर्ल्ड वाइड अभी जो एकदम सस्ते घर बनाने का अगर कोई जरिया है तो वो 3D प्रिंटर है। तो आप लोग अगर थोड़ा सर्च करेंगे यूट्यूब में, यहाँ पे इतना कवर नहीं कर सकता हूँ, मगर आप यूट्यूब में सर्च करेंगे तो ऑफिस दुबई में बने हुए बहुत सारे जगह पे अफोर्डेबल होम्स बनाने के लिए 3D प्रिंटर का यूज किया गया है। मेडिकल में अभी आपका स्टेम सेल्स को और अपने जो ह्यूमन के जो सेल्स है उसको लेके हार्ट और किडनी प्रिंटिंग का भी रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट चल रहा है, और हम उसको भी वो 3D प्रिंटर भी इंडिया में हम सप्लाई कर रहे हैं। सो जो भी रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट्स है वहां पे हमारा इसके ऊपर काम चल रहा है। अगर मैं शॉर्ट में बताऊं तो एक कंज्यूमर प्रोडक्ट की अगर मैं बात करूं तो वो पूरा का पूरा आप इंस्टेंटली डिजाइन कर सकते हो। तो यहाँ पे ऐसा बोल सकता हूं मैं कि डेस्कटॉप डिजाइन एंड डेस्कटॉप मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, डेस्कटॉप डिजाइन एंड डेस्कटॉप 3D प्रिंटिंग, ये अगर फ्यूचर रहा तो बहुत सारा लेबरस वर्क चला जाएगा, और लेबरस वर्क चला जाएगा तो जो चीज जहां पे मैन्युफैक्चर करनी है वहां पे हम कर सकते हैं। ये एग्जांपल है ज्वेलरी का। करीब करीब एनविजन टेक 15 साल से इंडिया में भी ज्वेलरी की 3D प्रिंटिंग सप्लाई कर रही है, और उसमें भी हम डील करते हैं। एग्जाम्पल है ये, कस्टमाइज ज्वेलरी बना सकते हैं, हर पर्सन का अलग ज्वेलरी डिजाइन हो सकता है। टाइटन हमारा एक कस्टमर है जो एसेसरीज बनाता है, आपने देखा होगा तनिष्क करके इसका एक ब्रांड भी है, टाइटन ब्रांड है, फास्ट्रेक ब्रांड है। सो ये सब का एक डिजाइन एंड डेवलपमेंट का एक हाउस है उनका बेंगलोर होसूर में, तो वो एक 3D प्रिंटिंग का एक हमारा कस्टमर है। डेंटल एंड मेडिकल के अंदर काफी कुछ 3D प्रिंटिंग के थ्रू हो सकता है। और यहाँ पे मैं एक न्यूज है जो सबके लिए गुड न्यूज बोल सकते हैं कि हम सॉलिडवर्क्स में जो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट है उसके लिए अभी एक प्री इंटरनेशनल सर्टिफिकेशन मैं अनाउंस कर रहा हूँ। मुझे पता चला कि 500 से ज्यादा स्टूडेंट थे जो अटेंड करने वाले थे, तो मैंने एक स्पेशल परमिशन लिया है और मैं GTU को ये कोर्स प्रोवाइड करूंगा। GTU में राज सर, हक्कानी सर, संजय सर, ये जो टीम है पूरी, वो इसको जो राइट इंजीनियर्स है, जिसका इंजीनियरिंग बैकग्राउंड है, जिसको जरूरत है, उनको ये कोर्स प्रोवाइड किए जाएंगे, और एक सस्टेनेबल पे इंटरनेशनल सर्टिफिकेशन का एक छोटा सा बुक PDF में और वीडियो सेशन मिलेंगे आपको, और उसके बाद इसका इंटरनेशनल एग्जाम दे सकते हैं जिसकी वैलिडिटी 30 सितंबर तक होगी। अपार्ट फ्रॉम सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ पार्टिसिपेशन, ये मेरे हिसाब से बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट सर्टिफिकेट है जो कॉस्ट अगर आप इंटरनेट पे देखेंगे तो $20 है, मीन करीब करीब 1800 से 2000 रुपए का एक सर्टिफिकेट आपको यहाँ पे हम फ्री अनाउंस कर रहे हैं। आज इंजीनियर्स डे है, मैं चाहूंगा कि इंजीनियर्स डे की खाली बधाई देने से अच्छा है मैं ऐसी कोई वैल्यूएबल चीज आपको पास ऑन करूँ। तो इस सर्टिफिकेट का नाम है CSWA SD। SD स्टैंड फॉर सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट। सो अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, आकृति करके कंपटीशन हम एवरी ईयर करते हैं जिसमें हर साल पॉल्यूशन के ऊपर एक सब्जेक्ट रहता है अपार्ट फ्रॉम दी न्यू अदर सब्जेक्ट। तो इस साल मेडिकल सब्जेक्ट था क्योंकि कोविड था, बट हमने फिर भी स्टॉप पॉल्यूशन एट सोर्स करके इसमें ये रखा था। अभी आकृति कंपटीशन चल रहा है, तो जिन स्टूडेंट्स ने आकृति में पार्टिसिपेट किया है उनको मैं एनकरेज करूंगा कि आप सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट का एक मॉड्यूल यूज करके इसके भी रिपोर्ट जनरेट करके अगर आकृति की कंपटीशन में अगर आपका ये सबमिट करेंगे प्रोजेक्ट तो बहुत ही अच्छा होगा। ज्यूरीज है उसको भी कंसिडर करेगी। लास्ट ईयर GTU में हमने जोनल राउंड किया था, इस साल हम जोनल राउंड ऑनलाइन करने वाले हैं। तो मैं जीटीयू को अगेन थैंक यू बोलूंगा। ये जोनल राउंड आपकी चांदखेड़ा की जो फैसिलिटी है उसमें अरेंज करने के लिए और आकृति को प्रमोट करने के लिए मैं जीटीयू को अगेन थैंक यू करूंगा। हमारे काफी कमर्शियल क्लाइंट्स है और वो कमर्शियल क्लाइंट्स को हमको एक बेस्ट जो एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड किया हुआ सॉलिडवर्क्स का, ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स को हमको प्लेसमेंट करने की आवश्यकता रहती है, तो उसको प्रमोट करने के लिए हम सॉलिडवर्क्स कैरियर डेज अभी सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं। तो जो स्टूडेंट्स को अभी सॉलिडवर्क्स का मॉड्यूल हो गया है और इंटरनेशनल सर्टिफिकेशन किया हुआ है वो हमको कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं। अभी ऑलरेडी चल रहा है जीटीयू की आरएनजी पीआईटी बारडोली कॉलेज से हमने ये ड्राइव चालू किया था फरवरी में, मगर 6 महीने से इसके ऊपर कोई काम नहीं हो रहा था। बट अभी राइट नाउ हमने 50 रिक्वायरमेंट्स हमारे पास है हमारे क्लाइंट्स की। तो जिन स्टूडेंट का सॉलिडवर्क्स का मॉड्यूल्स कंप्लीट हो गए वो हमको इमीडिएटली कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं। हमारा एम है बिल्डिंग कल्चर ऑफ इनोवेशन, और बिल्डिंग कल्चर ऑफ इनोवेशन को ध्यान में रख के इंजीनियरिंग टेक्निक है जो आई क्रिएट, आईआईसी पीडीपीयू, जीटीयू, जीआईएससी, अहमदाबाद यूनिवर्सिटी वेंचर स्टूडियो और क्रेडल, ये सब इंस्टीट्यूट इंक्यूबेशन के साथ जुड़ी हुई है। हम स्टार्टअप जो करने वाले जो स्टूडेंट्स है उसको स्टार्टअप लाइसेंस भी प्रोवाइड करते हैं और स्टार्टअप प्रोटोटाइप हम फ्री में करते हैं। एक हमारा स्टार्टअप है सबसे पहला आईआईसी पीडीपीयू का, जिसका नाम है टॉर्चिट, और जो ब्लाइंड पीपल के लिए एक लकड़ी का काम करता है, स्टिक का काम करता है, जबकि वो स्टिक नहीं है, खाली एक हैंडहेल्ड गैजेट है। सो वो अभी 15 से ज्यादा कंट्रीज में स्प्रेड हो गया है। सो ऐसी कोई भी प्रोडक्ट बनाइए और उसका प्रोटोटाइपिंग का अगर आपको हेल्प चाहिए तो वो हम प्रोवाइड करते हैं। और ये हमारा एजुकेशन प्रोफाइल है। मीन हम खाली इंजीनियरिंग कंपनी नहीं है, बट हमारा प्रेजेंस एजुकेशन में है। 90 से ज्यादा 100 से ज्यादा कॉलेजेस के साथ हम कनेक्टेड है और हमारे अक्रॉस द गुजरात ट्रेनिंग सेंटर्स है जहाँ पे हम ये 3D प्रिंटिंग और ये जो डिजाइनिंग का जो कोर्सेज है वो हम प्रोवाइड करते हैं। कई सारी डिजाइन इंस्टीट्यूट्स है उसके साथ भी हम कनेक्टेड है और बेस्ट इंस्टीट्यूट्स के साथ हम कनेक्टेड है। और मैं चाहूंगा कि जो स्टूडेंट किसी इंस्टीट्यूट के थ्रू हमारे साथ कनेक्टेड नहीं है तो हमारे ट्रेनिंग सेंटर्स को भी कनेक्ट कर सकता है। और इसके ऊपर आप इसके साथ मैं अभी यहाँ पे हमारा जो प्रेजेंटेशन है वो कंप्लीट कर रहा हूँ और गौरव के लिए काफी कुछ क्वेश्चंस हो सकते हैं मेरे ख्याल से टेक्निकल, और 3D प्रिंटिंग रिलेटेड भी कोई क्वेश्चन है तो मैं ओपन करता हूँ क्वेश्चन के लिए। Thank you, GTU again, and Harsil.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable, for sharing your valuable presentation and knowledge with us. So now I announce some basic things. Sir has already told कि as a GTU they have sent us the 100 voucher to the GTU, and we will announce the competitions soon. So these are we have just planning ki we first we will take some basic quiz type of the questions, and in this quiz then we will provide you to design some any prototype, and those who will submitted the prototype successfully, then we will send you the exam voucher to particular that students. So you can contact. So you may contact to the Harsil Patel. He is a project assistant at the Design Innovation Center. So you may write down his email ID, that is dic@gtu.edu.in. So you may send your query to him regarding this exam voucher. And just I show you the e-poster presentations. Those who will, those who has win the poster, winning name of the winners. So first I will show you the third rank poster. Sakina Ronak Ali Rampurwala, and she is from the Apollo Institute of Engineering. I will show her submitted the poster. Okay, so this posters goes to the third rank, and prize money is the 2000 rupees. So Mridul sir will contact you and will inform you the remaining process. Now the second poster is from the Chahana Yogesh, and she is from the GIDC Engineering College, Navsari. So this is the second poster. She got the second rank. Okay. So now I announce the first rank, and she is from the Oja Pranali, and she is from the Gujarat Technological University Graduate School of Engineering and Technology, Cyber Security branch. So she got the first rank for in the e-poster presentations. So thank you all who has present here. Thank you Rudresh sir and Gaurav sir to spare your valuable time. Thank you Harshil and Mridul sir to organize this such type of the event, and we will share you the evaluation link for the certificate in your mail ID, as well as we have already shared this link in the Facebook live chat as well as in our Webex chat. So thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.